Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Kingdom. Today, as we move further and further into the ravine, as you guys know, we built the bridge and finished off the little library in there in the last episode as well. Well, didn't finish it off, we still need to get some librarians in there, but that's besides the point. There are a few things I want to fix up on the bridge and everything, just based on your guys' suggestions in the comments on the last video. But that, I think, will wait until the next episode. In today's episode, before we actually move properly into the ravine, I want to finish off the project that we have up here, and maybe one day we'll actually do something with that ugly creeper tower that we've got going on there. So what I want to do in today's episode is actually finish off the campsite that we have here, which we actually started building in the first ever episode of The Kingdom. And I just want to go ahead and get some landscaping done here. I have got some podzol and coarse dirt and the like, so we'll go ahead and probably replace all of the ground in here with some podzol and coarse dirt and some dirt. I also want to get rid of these cows. We'll maybe move a couple of these into the ravine somewhere so we can start breeding them up. Get rid of these impromptu crop farms here as well. And also get rid of the floating grindstone and the enchanting table over here, because I've actually stolen the books to put in our library, and this just looks a little bit odd right now. So I'm probably just going to start off with taking these out. We'll also move Buck. We'll set up like a little station maybe on this side here near the water, so we'll have like a fence post or little fence or something here where we can tie up our animals to. So we'll have Buck there, and maybe we'll go and find a horse as well so we can get him named and get him tied up to the fence as well. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to pretty much rip out all of the ground here. I'll probably have to repair my shovel at some point in time here as well. And then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay in some podzol, some coarse dirt, and some dirt. I actually might need a little bit more, but we'll be able to sort of base what we're getting off the dirt that I'm digging up here. And I think I might have like a little trail as well come from the campsite over towards the ravine and sort of fade out into the grass as well. Not really quite sure how I'm going to manage that, but we'll play around a little bit and see how everything goes. But in the meantime, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and rip all of this dirt out, and we can probably just leave some stuff in there, but I can also potentially replace that as we go along. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and rip all this dirt out. I'll get some podzol, coarse dirt, and dirt laid down. And my shovel just broke. I'm going to need to probably go to the skeleton farm and get a new one. Alrighty, so I actually decided to AFK here overnight, and you can see my dogs have died, unfortunately. But I did get 92 levels, so I think that's going to be enough to enchant a new shovel, and I have actually made a diamond shovel right here. So what I'm going to do is head back up into the library, because I removed all of the bookshelves for my enchanting table, which is unfortunate. And I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get a pretty good shovel out of 92 levels, and possibly some more enchanting as well. So hopefully we might be able to start gearing up some of our armor here. So I have got a few diamonds, obviously, from mining down in the mine there. And so, yeah, if we've got enough leftover levels, we can probably enchant some gear. It is nighttime, so I'm just going to quickly go and have a bit of a nap. And then I'll be right back. I'll meet you guys in the library up there. Alrighty, here we are in the library. I'm probably going to need to borrow some of these bookshelves, so I'm going to have to cut these down with my Silk Touch pickaxe here. I actually thought I was using the wrong pickaxe there for a second, which would not have been good. And we would have also gotten books instead of bookshelves, so that doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Oh no. So yeah, we're just going to need to gather up the 15 bookshelves from around here, and then we'll put them around the enchanting table there. I'm sort of hoping to get like obviously the efficiency and unbreaking. Also want Silk Touch on it as well, and I think that's about it. And then maybe we'll put some mending on it as well. I probably won't be able to put mending on it straight away though, but once it gets low in durability, we'll just go ahead and grab a mending book from our villagers, Hopefully by then we will have actually moved them into this area. I do still need to do that. We are now on 1.14.4, so that should be easy enough done. So let's see what we get here. I've also got quite a few books on me as well, so that we can keep going until we get Silk Touch. There we go. That's actually looking really good. So now I'm just pretty much going to go through and get as many go through all the enchantments and try and get Silk Touch on a book, and I'm just going to pretty much disenchant them there. So all I'm going to do is, if I don't get any enchants here that I would actually like, then I'm just going to sort of create little burner books. Yuck. And yeah, I'm just going to work my way through these like so until I get either something I like or Silk Touch, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Can you believe 92 levels and not a single Silk Touch book? We did get Depth Strider, Looting, Aqua Affinity, Feather Falling, and Channeling though, and those are just going in the little book chest here. So we have 2 Aqua Affinity, and that's it. Everything else we just have 1 of. What? But hey, that's all good. I've got a diamond shovel now anyway with efficiency and unbreaking, so that'll be enough to sort of get started and probably get this project done. But we'll try and get Silk Touch at a later date. Alrighty, so what I've done is just cleared out all of the grass in here and everything, and I've just got a border. I don't know if you can see the difference, but I've got a border of coarse dirt around here as well, just to stop the grass from sort of penetrating in. And I will get rid of this grass that's around the edge here, but we'll do that at a later date. I just need to sort of get started here on the landscaping of this place. So what I'm going to get started with is just placing some, maybe we'll just, I've got some cobblestone and gravel here, so I think what we'll do is just do like a little bit of a, why was there a torch there? We'll just do a little bit of a mix between like some cobble and gravel here, just around the fireplace, the campfire, sorry, and that'll just sort of give it a little bit of a sort of grainy feel to it. You know how sort of like, ooh, you know how when you go camping you sort of put like rocks around the campfire and things, so that's just going to be what this is pretty much. And somehow or another I ended up creating a symmetrical shape. I was not planning to do that. Anywho, let's get some dirt and coarse dirt and podzol out, and I'm just going to pretty much go around this whole thing, and I don't really quite know. I think maybe I should fill in this whole thing just with dirt first, like so, or should I like have a particular pattern? I think it'd probably look better if I did it all sort of randomly. So maybe I fill this all in with dirt first. And that's probably going to seem like a little bit of a waste of time, but at least this way I won't have any grass growing in here while I'm doing this. I did have a few patches of grass penetrate, but I figured out it was because I didn't have these corners filled in, so it can travel diagonally as well. So hopefully we won't get any grass growing here. If we do, then that's going to be real pain. But I think what I'll do is just go ahead and fill all this back in with dirt itself, and at least then we'll be able to get a little bit of an idea of how this is going to look. It's going to be very brown for sure. Lucky I didn't end up making a brown tent. That would have blended into the surroundings too much. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get all this filled in. Then maybe we'll do some texture variation and things as well. And yeah, maybe we can figure out a little bit of a pathway or something so that we can have the path leading up to the ravine here. Maybe somewhere here. Or alternatively, we could like have the terrain dip in a little bit and have like a little river from here flowing down into the ravine and having like a waterfall around about here, which could be pretty cool, like sort of right diagonally opposite of our little entrance into our area there. So maybe like right here we could have it. That would be pretty cool. Maybe it can just come in from this little bit of the lake here. The only problem I have thought of with that is that, like, you know, this it wouldn't really make sense, because eventually all the water from the lake would like drain out into the into the ravine, right? So maybe in the future, I was thinking about building a tower for the creeper farm, but maybe what we could do is build a mountain with some snow on top and a river coming down. That would be pretty cool. And then at least that way it sort of makes a little bit more sense, because then the lake would get filled from the mountain, and then the little river going into the ravine with the waterfall would sort of make a little bit more sense. But that's obviously going to be a lot later down the track. I need a lot of resources to make that mountain, but also at the same time we could build the creeper farm a bit higher and get a bit more efficiency out of the creeper farm there, get a bit more gunpowder and everything. So that could be a pretty cool idea. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get some more dirt out here, and we'll go ahead and fill in the rest of this area. You can sort of get an idea of how it's going to look with the dirt down now. This guy over here though, Buck, he's been a bit of a problem. He's just stuck in the little hole there. So what I'm going to do is try and figure out where I want these guys to go. So I'll probably just... I want to put this in the right place, you know. I want it to feel... maybe like right here, sort of close to the fire, but not too close to the fire. Something a little bit like that, and that can have... is that 4 or 5 maybe? So we can have 1, 2, 3 animals in here. So let me grab... okay. What? I wish you could just like right click on it and it would like go into your hand. Maybe I need to get rid of these two. He can't jump up. Come here, buddy. Yeah, Buck. And then we'll tie him to that. There we go. That is that all sorted, and boom, 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 boom. Now I have got this like sort of darker border around here as well with the coarse dirt, and I'm actually not too opposed to that. I actually kind of like that. So essentially what we're going to do now, because as you can see it's got slight different variation of color, like darkness and whatnot. What I'm going to do is grab some of the coarse dirt and just sort of like sprinkle it in places and all of that sort of jazz, and then the podzol right there, I can't pick it up because I don't have silk touch and I don't want to destroy it. The podzol will sort of just be like sparingly placed around, maybe in like patches, I'm not too sure. That's probably a bit too much. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle some of this in places, and that's not looking too bad. And I actually had the thought before that we could use some path blocks in here as well, just because a little bit more texture variation, and it's fitting with the same sort of color palette. So I'm gonna have to try and get some grass blocks back in here controllably. So I might have to dig some grass up with my pickaxe, which, yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's not what the tool was designed for, but it'll work nonetheless. Anyway. I think that's looking pretty freaking cool. We've got some podzol, we've got some coarse dirt, we've got some path blocks. I think that's looking pretty cool. And with our little pin, or not really a pin, our little I don't even know what they're called. What are these called? Leave it in the comments below. I think what we're going to want to do now though is just add in some little details, like some walls around this little fire pit maybe. I think that might add a nice little detail. Not like all the way around, we still want some gaps and things, but something a little bit like that might look pretty cool. Maybe we just remove this one here, and yeah, I think that's looking pretty cool. We can maybe add some like, actually some like spruce logs or something as well as like sort of like a seat. That's gonna look silly with the wall attached to it. It's sort of a bit too big, is it? Is it too big? Let's just put another one here. I don't know, is it too big next to the walls? Like too fat? Yeah, I think it is. I think it looks kind of silly with the... Yep, anyway. Now, what we're going to want to do now, what do we want to do now? Probably add in some lighting, right? How do we want to do that? We want to use lanterns, obviously, because they look pretty cool, you know, they look pretty snazzy. But we want to be able to sit them on something, I think. We want to be able to maybe put them on like some fence posts or some walls or something. So we probably need to figure out how to work those in. Let me grab out some of this and make some fences. And I'm going to need probably some more lanterns. Where are they? Are they not in there? Are they in here? Huh, I do have some lanterns somewhere, I think, but anyway, we're going to need to make some more anyway, so just going to grab all of this out and make this all into ingots. And I have some torches on me anyway, and I said ingots, but I meant these things, nuggets. That's a lot of nuggets. That's too many nuggets. Let's just start that again, like that. And boom. 20 lanterns should be more than enough, I'd imagine. And I think what I might do is actually just like sort of leave some sitting outside of the... Can you put these on the sides of these now? No. So yeah, I think I might just leave some sort of like out on the ground there, out the front of the tents, and maybe I'll do like a little... No. Maybe I'll like hang... That looks kind of silly right there. I do want to hang some of these like... Maybe like that, and there could be one on here as well. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and place some of these down. I might... No, you can't. No, you can. Thought for a second there you couldn't plant them on top of fence posts. Anyway, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and run around and do some of this. And it's actually pretty beneficial that it's going into nighttime now, because then I can see where I'm actually planting these. And we're just going to light this camp all the way up, because we don't want any baddies spawning in here, obviously. Because that would not be a good thing. I did have torches down here before we went and landscaped all of this. But this is starting to look pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. That might... Oh, no, that looks pretty good. I was going to say that might look a little bit strange with them all surrounding the outside, but... not really too sure. Maybe we might have to put some like glowstone underneath with some brown carpet or something on top. I'm not really too sure. Or we can just have them like sitting on the ground. I'm not really too sure. I'm going to go ahead and actually probably space these out a little bit more. But what we could even do is like have a little bit of a fishing spot over here or something. Like we could set up a chair or something, or maybe like a little pier. I would like to deepen this lake a little bit in the future as well, once we get a few more resources, maybe if we get a conduit or something as well. But that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go to sleep, and we'll move on to the next task, which will be probably moving these cows somewhere. I might just pop them over onto the fences over there for a moment, and then we can maybe look at getting in the river with the waterfall and everything into the ravine. And that should just about do it for this episode. So anyway, oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna die. Oh. Where is he? Righto, so I've got my cows over here. We've also got a wandering trader over here. Maybe I can get myself some... more leads here. Perfect. And he only sells some pretty rubbish stuff anyway. These wandering traders, like, they're good, but they don't really sell any good stuff very much. The best thing they're for are for these leads, to be honest. But even those, like, you know, they're pretty easy to make anyway. Alright, now let's figure out where we want this waterfall to go. I sort of want it to land somewhere around here, because then I could make like a pond in here or something. And from this side, it could actually sort of like, it sort of naturally tapers off into here. So that would actually be pretty cool. The only problem is, like, it wouldn't really fit into the campsite, but hey, I think that's okay. We're just starting to landscape all up here anyway. It's not necessarily regarded to the campsite, so let's have a quick little peek down here. I think we could probably have it running down here, and I'm just going to dig all this out all the way over to the lake sort of area, which is right there. We've broken into the lake, so we sort of want to just like carry this over, and I'm going to fill all this in with water anyway eventually. We probably want a slightly wider opening than that too. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play around with the water flow here. See if we can get it all the way down into the ravine like so. And then we can come down a level, and then we can clear all this out, and all this all this stone as well. Now obviously we're probably going to have to play around here so that we can get the flow exactly where we want it. Let me like sort of block this off real quick. And I probably will come back up here as well and like fill like all of this layer in with water, you know. Okay, so now let's see how the flow goes. I sort of want it to like come down here, not really out this way. So if we break those two, let's actually just quickly jump down and see what it looks like from down here. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. We'll probably, I think we might have to clear out a lot of this stuff though, and it might actually be cool to like make it recess a little bit. So like we might have to clear out a lot of this stuff, which I'm probably just going to do in the next episode, because I'm sort of running out of time on this one, and that's just going to take a little bit too long. So I think I'm just going to sort of call the episode there. We've done a bit of landscaping in the campsite here, which is all looking pretty cool. I think the lanterns are a little bit too much. So if you guys do have any other suggestions, I would consider maybe like a glowstone and brown carpet, but I would also like to avoid that as much as possible. We've got our two little cows here, which we're going to probably start a micro farm with soon, and the sun has set on another day in Minecraft. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you like the landscaping that we've started to do in the campsite here. And of course there is still, after doing this, there is so much more I want to do with this area up here above the ravine, and this is just the start, guys. This is just the start. I also want to probably do something with the actual ravine, around the ravine here, but you know, this is going to be a pretty long-standing series here, and you know, I don't want to rush into anything, and I don't want to get too excited about any one project, just because, you know, that's caused burnout in the previous series that I've had. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it there, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Ciao for now.